Hello and good afternoon, everyone. I hope you all are safe at your homes. Don't go out. If you are going out, after coming, wash your hands and use sanitizers whenever possible. Now, today we are going to see Standard 8 Science chapter number 2. That is health and disease. We are going to do revision on this chapter. So, we'll take some terms. Now, health. As the definition given in the textbook, health is a state of complete physical and mental and social well-beingness and not merely the absence of disease. So physically, mentally and socially you should be good. Your health should be good in all these terms. Physical health or mental health or social, that is your positive state of your relationship in the society. Everything should be good. That together is known as health. Now, what is disease? Now, condition of disturbance. Now, there is a disturbance in the psychological and physiological processes of a body is called as a disease. Now, if there is any problem with related to psychology or physiology of the body, then it is known as disease. And each disease has its own symptoms, specific symptoms. Now, physiology is the branch of biology that deals with the normal function of living organisms. So the normal function of living organisms, that is known as physiology. Then we have psychology. Now that deals with the mental and emotional state of the person. If it deals with the mental and emotional state, then it is known as a psychological. So these two ways, two things are considered when we talk about diseases. Now in that also we did the type of diseases. In that we have infectious diseases and non-infectious diseases, where infectious diseases they spread from one person to another and non-infectious diseases they don't spread. Now how these diseases will spread? They spread through air, water, food or animals as the vectors, those who carry those disease causing germs, the pathogens. The vectors, the animals, they carry from one person to another. So in this way, the infectious diseases can spread. So there we have tuberculosis, hepatitis, that is jaundice. We have dysentery, cholera and typhoid. So here tuberculosis is caused by Mycobacterium tuberculosis. Then hepatitis virus, it is A, B, C, D, E. Dysentery, it is bacteria, virus, Shigella, bacilli, and Amoeba histolytica. So all these things they cause dysentery. Cholera is Vibrio cholerae, that is the bacteria which causes cholera. Typhoid is Salmonella typhi, that is the bacteria which causes the typhoid. Then we saw the non-infectious diseases. Some non-infectious diseases which we saw were cancer, diabetes and heart diseases. So the diseases which do not occur through infections and body contacts. So through infections and body contacts they are not caused. So they are known as non-infectious diseases. For example, cancer. Now cancer is the abnormal and uncontrolled cell growth in the body. That is nothing but cancer. Now, here also that occurs in various organs like lungs, mouth, tongue, stomach, breast, uterus, skin, all these tissues also like blood. So, people get blood cancer also. So, like these are the different, what you can say, the organs where cancer can be detected. So, we'll see the symptoms that there is chronic cough, hoarse voice, difficulty in swallowing as we have seen earlier, then inflammation, incurable scar and inflammation. Inflammation means burning, then lumps in the breast or unexplained weight loss means where there is a loss of weight and you are not understanding why so much of weight is lost. Then we have diabetes. Now the hormone insulin produced in the pancreas, they have a type of cell called islets of Langerhans which produce insulin. Now if there is some fault in it, in the cells, if they are working abnormally, then the correct amount of insulin is not released and the glucose level is not controlled in the body, and that is why we get diabetes. If insulin is secreted in low quantities, glucose level cannot be controlled, and this disorder is known as diabetes. Now symptoms you will get like frequent urination at night, increased obesity or weight loss. Then we have heart diseases. Now efficiency of the heart disease decreases due to decreased blood supply. Now if there is a decreased blood supply and the oxygen, because oxygen is there in the blood itself, so if there is decreased supply in that, so the heart muscles they become weak. So that is why people can get a heart attack also. So now we will see the exercise. Now distinguish between the infectious and the non-infectious diseases. Now infectious diseases, they can be passed from one person to another, whereas non-infectious diseases, they cannot be passed from one person to another. Then infectious diseases, they are caused by a pathogen which carries the germs for the disease. Or in non-infectious, you will find that they are not caused by any pathogens, but they have some genetic reason or some abnormality in metabolism, so that causes the non-infectious diseases. Now the infectious diseases, they are classified under communicable disease which are spread, and the non-infectious under non-communicable disease, means which cannot be spread. Now for example, infectious disease we have diarrhea, cholera, tuberculosis, etc. In non-infectious disease we have diabetes, hypertension, etc. So I hope you have understood how you can distinguish between the infection and the non-infectious diseases. Then we have identified the odd term. There we have malaria, hepatitis, elephantiasis, dengue. Now in that, if we see the four diseases there, elephantiasis is a viral infection, whereas the remaining are because of the mosquito bite. So odd one out here is hepatitis. Now plague, AIDS, cholera and TB. If you find here, AIDS is caused by a virus, so it is a viral disease, whereas rest they are the bacterial disease, they are caused by bacteria. So here the odd man out is AIDS. Now further, if you see, which are the various media of spreading the infectious disease. Now what various media, through how they spread through air, water, the contaminated water, or the animal as a vector, or some blood to blood contact is there, then they spread, get spread among the people. Now through air also, if somebody has a spit around, or the germs have come into the air, if he is sneezing or coughing, something like that, so his germs are going into the air, and from the same air we breathe in, so it goes inside us, and that way we get the disease. So through water also, if you are drinking contaminated water, the water which is infected with the germs, the same water if you are drinking without filtering or without treating it or without boiling, then what will happen? The germs will enter your body and you will get the disease. Now animal vectors like the mosquitoes. The mosquitoes, they spread dengue and malaria, wherein they suck the blood of the person who is infected, and the same blood, if that mosquito comes and bites you, he will transfer those germs into your body and you will get the same diseases. So your animal vectors are also responsible. So these are the media of spreading the infectious diseases. Now next we have give the names of 5 non-infectious diseases other than given in the lesson. Now we have what do we know about the other diseases like arthritis, there is arthritis, or cataract, or osteoporosis you have, or you may have the sickle cell anemia, which is a disease, and also the Alzheimer's disease. So these are the non-infectious diseases. Now arthritis is where you have the joint pain, osteoporosis is where your bones become brittle, and then cataract is where you can't see properly, so you have to change the, you need an operation and you get that out. So here, and the sickle cell anemia where your RBCs, they become the shape of a sickle, so that is also a disease. Now Which are the main reasons of diabetes and heart disease? So what we had done earlier about the diabetes and the heart disease. So what may be the reason for diabetes? Now it's hereditary, or you can heredity means you can get from your parents or your parents or your grandparents. Then it is obesity, where it is you are having your increased weight, or lack of physical exercise when you are not doing any exercise, and mental stress. And if you are under continuous stress, so you can get in contact with such diseases. See, exercise is very important for our body. It keeps our body and mind both fresh and healthy. So it is very important to exercise. It also helps to reduce our weight. It helps to keep us fit, and we feel good when we do exercise from within. So these things are very important. So people who are lacking all these things can come in contact with such diseases. So now we'll see heart diseases. Now reasons for heart disease is smoking, alcoholism. Now people who smoke, you must have seen the active smokers and also the passive smokers, they can also get affected by it. Then we have diabetes, hypertension, obesity, lack of physical exercise, heredity, mental stress. It is same, anger and anxiety. So all these things, you should keep a control on all these things, and you should not get addicted to such things, because ultimately it is leading to your loss only. Then further we have uh, fourth question that we have, what can be achieved, then hyphen can be prevented. Now drinking boiled and filtered water. Now drinking boiled and filtered water. Now what is happening nowadays in rainy season also, if you see the water coming into your house is not, it seems all mud has been dissolved in the water, the color of the water changes completely. So in that case you need to filter the water properly, you need to boil the water so that you are killing the germs inside it, or you are getting filtered them. And if you have a RO or UV, where the membrane, it filters the water, and the UV radiations, they kill the bacteria in that, so that the water is good that you get from it. So such things are very important, because that will help you from the waterborne diseases. Now some waterborne diseases such as typhoid and cholera, they spread through this contaminated water. So if you are coming in contact with the contaminated water and drinking it, so you will surely get these diseases. So this can be prevented if you boil the water or filter the water. Then we have avoid smoking and alcoholism. Now we should avoid smoking and alcoholism, because see, alcoholism, if you see, it will smoking, if you see, it will cause many respiratory diseases, or you will have a lung cancer in that. So you will feel a short of breath, you are not able to breathe properly. So that may be very fatal for your health. Then we have alcohol. Now alcohol, it affects our nervous system. The liver is getting damaged. Also the digestive systems are affected by it. So it is very important that you should be away from such things. Then regular balanced diet and exercise. I had already told about the exercise. Now balanced diet, you should get everything in the right quantity, all the nutrients what you get in the right quantity. Now that is a balanced diet. So you should try and eat everything, the leafy, right from the leafy vegetables to fruits, everything, so that you get good nutrition from your diet. And eat your diet, or you can say your lunch or everything on proper on the right time. That is most important. And the next is regarding the exercise. So as I told you earlier, exercise they are very important, as they keep you fit from inside. If you are obese, it will try to reduce your fat from your body, so that you can feel good. Also mentally also, it keeps you fresh by doing exercise, so you can keep your body healthy and sound, so that none of the disease can attack you. Then we have proper checking of blood before blood donation. Now what happens before blood donation, or if a person is getting blood from somebody else, even he should be careful that the blood what he is getting, is it proper, or is it infected some disease with some diseases, or it is anemic. That person who has given the blood should not be anemic, otherwise even he has to face the problem over there if he is having a low hemoglobin wherein iron is less. Hemoglobin, hem is the iron part, so there you should be careful about that. So you should not, if suppose you are getting bloods from someone, that person is having some disease, and that deadly disease, if it is transferred into your blood, so you will also get the disease, and it will cost your life at the end. So it is very important during blood transfusion to see whether the blood you are taking is proper or not, whether it is free from all diseases or no. Then we have Master X is a 3-year-old. We'll see, read the following passage and answer the question. Master X is a 3-year-old child. He is living with his family in a slum. Public toilet is present near his house. His father is a drunkard and his mother does not know the importance of balanced diet. So Master X can suffer from which disease possible? Disease in the above condition. Now here if you see, now the child, he can get various waterborne diseases. He can get waterborne diseases like cholera, or you can say typhoid. All these things they spread through contaminated water, and if the toilet is near your house, your water may get, your surroundings are not clear, your air will be dirty. So all the diseases which are spread to air and water, that will be possible. I mean to say the child may get those diseases. Now like diarrhea, dysentery, typhoid, gastroenteritis, gastrointestinal diseases are like which are relating to your digestive systems, wherein your stomach, intestine, there is problem with some, there is some problem with these system, then you get the gastroenteritis problem. Now here we will see jaundice. Jaundice is also the hepatitis. It is also a waterborne disease. The cholera, dysentery, diarrhea. Dysentery is worst than diarrhea, where you have the loose stools. So you should, the child there can get such diseases. So you should be also careful regarding that. The area where you live, the surroundings should be neat and clean. Now, how will you help him and his family in this situation? Now, you can do the counseling for their family as to keep in the area clean and drink filtered or boiled water, and we can counsel, we can tell their family members about what is the importance of balanced diet and cleanliness. All these things you can make them aware of, so that they keep themselves away from these diseases. Now, which disease can occur to the father of Master X? Now, that child, his father can get heart diseases, or you can say liver cirrhosis, or you can say where the stomach or some intestinal, gastrointestinal diseases because of alcohol if he is drinking, and then he can get heart diseases. So there are so many diseases that the father can get. Now, if we see what will be the preventive measures of dengue. So in dengue, if you see, it is spread by the mosquitoes. There you should keep your surroundings clean. So don't allow the water to halt, to stop in some places. Like if you have pots or pans which are just open and the rainwater just accumulates over there. So what will happen? The mosquitoes will start breeding. They will start putting their eggs in that, and then from that new mosquitoes will grow, and they will really harass you, and they can spread diseases like dengue and malaria, which are very dangerous, wherein people can die also in that if proper care is not taken. So it is very important in the case of dengue that you should not allow, you should keep your surroundings neat and clean. You should not allow water to halt anywhere outside. So in this way you can prevent that. Now in cancer, for cancer what you can do is you can have a healthy diet. You should be away from these addictions and all, like what you do for smoking and alcoholism. You should eat proper diet, you should do proper exercise. All these things can avoid cancer. Now AIDS. Now for AIDS, you should not have any sexual contact with a known person in this. That is the main reason why it is spreading, and also the blood transfusion. So using the same needles, if they are using the same needles of the infected person, and the same needle if it is used for some other person, then that person may get disease. And as you know now, AIDS cannot be cured, so his life is gone over there. So it is very important that you see to it. So whatever, when you are doing any blood transfusion or not, whether the needles they are using, they are properly, they are new or not, or sterilized or not, that is very important to see. Then we have make a list of viral diseases. Now viral diseases, apart from this what we have, they can be measles, they can be swine flu, chicken pox, all these things are viral diseases. Now bacteria, we have TB, cholera, typhoid, these are bacterial diseases. Then through insect we have dengue, malaria, plague. Plague is because of the rat. In hereditary diseases we have diabetes, hypertension or cancer. So all these things, I hope you have understood what is there in the exercise. So do read the chapter so that you can understand more. Thank you.